Jordan and Andy from Every Time I Die, just before they go on stage on the last show of the tour that they've been doing with The Word Alive and the Acacia strain. You guys spent the part of this year in a recording studio for your next album. Are you guys able to shed any light as to when it might be released?
So it's like the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year?
2012, yeah.
Does it have a title yet that you can tell us, or are you still...
Yeah, I don't think they want us to.
Yeah, we're like still
not going to say it. Yep.
Yeah.
What can, I guess, fans expect from the new album? Is it still going to be, I guess, what everyone expects from Every Time I Die, or have you guys mixed?
No, we have a new drummer, and he's way better than our old drummer.
It's like, I don't know, I'd say, I mean, it's real cliche because a lot of bands say that it's like a step up from the other shit, but it really is a step up from the other shit.
We have proof this time.
Pardon?
We have proof.
Excellent. You guys have just been across Australia with the Acacia strain and The Word Alive. How's that tour been for you guys?
Awesome.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah, every show's been really, really good.
Yeah, it's been a killer tour. Like every single show was awesome, and then like the only thing that sucks about this trip, other than the other ones, is that it just wasn't nice the whole time.
Yeah, the weather.
Like the weather kind of sucked, but I mean it's still fucking awesome, you know.
The last time you guys were here was Boys of Summer,
Boys,
last year.
Lions.
Yeah, which obviously part of Australian summer would have been perfect.
I would do it, it's so wrong. And what you wear it is so right. It's so tight, and I'll never feel better. So I'm going out to get her. And I don't care what's set of wheels I feel to get there. Balances of lighters step back. What she thinks is alright. Not the way that she looks is just fine.
You guys are off to Southeast Asia and Japan next. Is this the first time you guys have been to that area of the world?
Southeast Asia. We've been to Japan before.
Yeah, we know
8 years
we're
ago.
going to hit up Indonesia and Bangkok and Singapore and some other places for the first time ever. Japan, we were there in like 2004, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since you were back there. What are you guys looking forward to the most? I mean, it's probably pretty rare that you guys hit a country or an area that you haven't been before.
I think that's it. I think we're just stoked on that alone. Like, just playing in front of people that will actually have the opportunity to see us. You know what I mean?
I'm really excited to like post it on Facebook and make all the people I went to high school with like super jealous. Like, dude, I'm in Bangkok, just playing the guitar and stuff.
I guess you probably have some people from high school that get jealous of the fact that you're touring Australia for
no, they get
time.
I don't even live in the area anymore. So whenever I go back, I never even know. The last time, story's kind of funny. The last time I went, I was in the Buffalo area. We were writing a new record, and so I lived there on my parents' couch whenever we write records and whatever. And I went out. And some girl I went to high school with, I saw her somewhere, and she's like, so yeah, like, everyone's just clueless there. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. And it's like, so what, like, your band's like, you're like big in Europe or something? Like, but no one cares about you in America? Like, she was dead serious. I was like, yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm not gonna explain to her, like, well, if you know what, in the hardcore scene, like, I'm just like, yeah, totally, man. America hates us, Europe loves us, whatever you say.
I have like a fucking phobia of that shit. I can't talk to people. Like people I went to high school with, no joke, this is I hope she doesn't watch this because I love my sister, but I fucking have phobias of talking to family members. Like, I'll like walk into a fucking a supermarket or something like that. I saw my sister and my, brother-in-law, and I literally like jumped behind something just so I didn't talk to them. That's a true story. And anytime I see someone from high school, I'm just like, fuck, dude, like, because it's always the same shit over and over again. Like, and the group of dudes that I went to high school with, like that I hung out with, like. Every time I talk to him, it's like something stupid happened. Like, oh man, I got my 6th DWI. And you're just like, you didn't learn after the first one? Like, don't fucking drink and drive, you asshole. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the same thing. So I just fucking, it drives me crazy, dude. And it's always the same thing. Like, oh, what have you been up to? And I'll make shit up now. I'm just like, oh man, I work for UPS. Like, I just don't want to explain it to people because all it's going to do is like, it's just going to be an extra guest list spot or something like that somewhere.
Yeah, because it's not like we're on the radio or on TV, so it's not like they have any idea.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, yeah, man, I do shows on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Like it's just easier to just diffuse it, because then there's just a million questions, and then.
So what do you guys like sound like?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I guess it could also be one of those things where it's like if someone from high school finds out you're in a band that sort of tours the world, it's like, oh, I went to high school with Andy Williams, I saw him when he did this, or
oh my god,
I wish.
I
fucking wish, man. If the dudes had like, I played in Battle of the Bands and stuff like that. If that shit, like, if there was a guy that was, I got a videotape of that, I would give him money for that, just so I could fucking get it on the internet. Like, yeah, here's me playing with this shitty band at high school, like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's great, but no one exists like that.
We got a question written in from us by one of your fans and someone that listens to us. You guys have a pretty extensive tour schedule. Does it get hard being away from your family and friends for long periods of time?
Yes.
Yeah. I suppose it would get easier with, like, well, you'd be some of the bands that I've been in with, they're like, nah, fucking love being away from the family, or
I don't have
whatever.
anything, so like, literally, like, I just bought something that I like, and it's a dog. And like for the first time in my life, like I actually missed something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before, I don't have shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't have like these dudes have wives and stuff like that. For me, it's like I don't know. I'd rather hang out with dudes than not hang out.
I get like insane anxiety on like the day before I leave and the day I'm leaving. And then once I'm on tour, I'm like, okay, this is awesome. But like packing to leave and then like the entire day of flying, because like flying just for some reason always takes a day, like an entire 24 hours, like it's the worst. And it doesn't matter, like when I'm leaving Buffalo to go home to my wife in California, I get so sad when I leave like my family, my parents and my friends and everything. I'm like, fuck. And then when I leave California, I get so sad because I'm leaving my wife and my friends and blah blah. It's like fun. And then like the second I'm on tour and I see these guys and we're just hanging out, I'm like, okay, this is cool. You know, I'll call my wife, I'll email my wife, whatever. But like that actual day you spend, like saying goodbye to your, like, God, when I have kids, forget about it. It's gonna be the worst shit ever. Like the guy that tours, that films our DVDs with us, he's got like 2 kids. I have no idea how he does it. I can't say, I have a tough time saying goodbye to my dogs. My dogs are clueless. My one dog has one eye. And she probably has no idea I'm gone the entire time I'm gone. And then when I walk in the door, she's like, oh yeah, this guy. But for some reason, it's just like the actual leaving sucks. But once I'm gone, it's like, oh yeah, tour, awesome.
Another fan question we got written in, you've probably been asked this before, but with the video for the new Black, how did you guys come up with the concept for it? Was it your idea or was it the director's?
It's really weird you brought that up, because at our last show, our tour, I walked backstage and our tour manager was watching it on his computer. I'm like, you don't get enough of us? You see us all day, you have to like watch us play like, 5 times a week, and now you're just watching, everybody's like, shut up dude, I never saw this video is great, who thought of it? And then Keith's like, yeah, me and the director thought of it. So I would if that hadn't have happened 2 days ago, I wouldn't have an answer to your question. But apparently they reminded me that.
What was that dude's name? Dan.
I have no idea. I'll get it wrong, but it was awesome.
It was unreal. That the whole thing was like a little movie.
Yeah.
So it was like we basically did a really expensive video for really cheap because the guy kind of called in a bunch of favors and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
When the camera rise, witness I will suffer. When the camera rise, witness I will suffer. If everything I do is wrong, my God, I'll do it right. If everything I do is wrong, my God, I'll do it right.
What does the rest of 2011 and early 2012 have in store for Every Time I Die?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it has in store. We go to Bangkok and Thailand. It might be the same place. Then Singapore, then Indonesia, then one other weird place. Then Jakarta. No, that's Indonesia. I get them confused. I don't know what's a city and what's a country.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Colombia? Are we going to Colombia?
No, that's in South America.
Oh, all right. So we do 4.
There's Colombo in Southeast Asia, I think.
I think so. Maybe. We do 4 Southeast Asia shows. Then we do 3 Japan shows. Then we go right into like a 6-week tour with Guar in America, which is going to be cool because they're awesome and we haven't done an American tour in all of 2011. So it'll be actually our first 2011 tour of the States. And then we end that and I think the
3 days off.
not even
Yeah.
like.
If you look at the sheets, we have 3 days off.
Like we play Connecticut, and then 3 days later we play London. So we do we headline the UK in December for 2 weeks.
And one show in Portugal.
And one Portugal. Then we'll probably come back. We always do like a hometown Buffalo show in December around Christmas time. So then we'll do that. So we have our entire 2011 booked, and then. That's not even before the record comes out. And then the record comes out like right after that, and then we'll probably just do a ton more cool stuff.
When can Australia expect to see you guys back?
Hopefully as soon as
whenever
possible.
you want us back, man. It's great here. Whenever people kind of come up to us and say, like, we've had a lot of, we're doing these shows adjacent to the Counter Revolution shows, and so a lot of the people from the bands come and watch us, and I know I made a couple new friends, like the one dude in the band, Make Do and Mend, he's in the band Defeater that we're going on tour with in the UK, so it seems like the UK and Australia are places that we'll go to at least once a year, and that they're always good, you know? Like we'll dip into other places, like I said, we're going to Japan for the first time since 2004.
We're going to South America too.
Oh yeah,
we're
going to go to South America for the first time ever in January. We're going to Brazil. So we'll dip around in weird places, but it seems like Australia and Europe, or not even Europe, just the UK. Australia and the UK are the only places outside of America that are just consistently good, that we're here like once a year. So.
Alright, last question, a bit of a tricky one to some people. If you guys could have performed on any song, past or present, what would it have been and why?
Performed on any song?
Yeah.
Like we wrote it, or
no,
just
any band?
Wow.
Like we were that band?
Yeah, like if you could do guest guitars or guest vocals.
Not like, because I imagine I'm in a band whenever I listen to the band. But if I'm a guest, I don't know. I wouldn't be a guest.
It's a hard one. It's a real hard one. Trash Talk asked me once to play second guitar on a record and on a tour, and I thought that was really cool. But if I had to pick, I don't think that would be. I mean, I like those dudes a lot. But I don't know if that would be the band that I would do.
Yeah, I always think like the guest stuff is weird. Like, hey, everybody, welcome out this guy. And I never got that urge ever. I'm never watching a band and being like, man, I hope they asked me to play the guitar. Well, all right. When I was little, and last month, I love Green Day, and then they like okay, the songs like they always bring up people for like a 3-chord song, like an Operation Ivy cover, and then they'll just spend like 20 minutes on stage teaching the person the song, and then the first time I saw them, they brought someone on stage to just teach them the guitar. And then by 10 years later, I saw them get they would bring up they would make an entire band. They're like, all right, who can play the drums? And it's always, every time I see them, I'm like, man, that'd be pretty awesome if they called me up. But I was like 14, you know. But I'm like, other than that, I've never wished I played with a band.
I've always wished I could help bands, not perform on a record, but actually sit with them and be like, oh man. That band, it's usually always younger bands that I'm really into. I'm like, fuck, man, if someone was just in a room with those dudes to push them a little harder. I always wanted to, I guess, produce or whatever like that. I've always thought about that. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hard one.
It is. It's a question that stumps a lot of people.
Black Flag, I think that's something they want to make their recordings better.
Any particular album or all of them?
I wish I wrote the riff from Drinking and Driving. I do that a lot. I'll fucking hear a riff like a band wrote and be like, fuck, why didn't I write that?
We were in Belgium earlier this year in April, and it was kind of blew my mind big time, because one of the first bands I ever, as far as hardcore music goes, was Sick of It All that I got into. I'm sure that's a band that a lot of people get into hardcore because of. And so they were playing this festival. You know, you run into people that, when you're playing festivals 25 bands, you run into them, you shoot the shit, whatever. And I remember the singer came into our dressing room, and we never hung out with them, we never really met them. We played one show with them a long time ago. And he came in, and was like kind of being a super fan to us. I was like, this is not blowing my
That
mind. And he was like,
blew my mind.
yeah, and he was like, yeah, whenever it's like time to like write a record, I just tell my guys like, yeah, man, like write some like every time I die type shit. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like you tell guys in Sick of It All to write some every time I die type stuff.
I'm 34.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I ever saw Sick of It All was 1993. I was a kid, like a little kid. Graduated high school in 96. So what is it, 17 years old? So I was fucking 13 at a show, and fucking Sick of It All was playing. And I remember seeing them play pool, and like lost my mind. You know what I mean? Like, and they were the fucking coolest dudes. They were like one of the first hardcore bands I'd ever seen, and like still to this day, man, they're fucking still great. We just did this. We got to do this interview for Triple J, and we got to like pick songs and stuff like that. I think I had like 6 songs in a row, 6 Sick of It All songs in a row. We never got to it because it was like we just had to make sure we had enough songs to play. But on my playlist, there was like 6 Sick of It All songs.
The question's a weird one though, because if Sick of It All called us up and said, "Hey, you want to come and write songs?" I'd tell them no. Like, no, I would never do it. Like, I'm just too nervous and too anxious and too just. I'd be like, no. I couldn't imagine sitting down and doing it.
And like Pete is like the most intimidating dude. Just that haircut thing that he's got going on, like just intimidating. And I'm like, only time I've ever like been near that dude or around that guy, he's real quiet, just real intense. He might be the best dude in the world, but he's just so quiet and intense that like me picking up a guitar in his presence would just be stupid. Like just, yeah, here, let me show you how I would write a hardcore song, Pete Kohler, and him being like, fuck you, kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'd be afraid of.
One last thing that I just remembered. Bills played the Patriots recently.
Yeah.
Was there a bit of a rivalry between you guys and the Acacia Strain when that game was on?
No.
Nah, not really.
It's real weird. Like Tony Diaz, the guitar player, is like a fucking intense Jets fan because he's from New York. So he loves the Jets. And then when we asked Vincent about it, Vincent's just like, my mom would disown me if I wasn't a Pats fan. But he didn't care, you know what I mean? Like, he would, you know, when they lost, he was just like, oh, cool.
I'm not stupid enough to associate people with teams. The fact that some people are like, okay, I'm a Bills fan. You're a Patriots fan. We just beat you, therefore I am a better person than you are.
Yeah.
Like I am way too into the Bills. Like I often wish I wasn't. Like, it hurts my stomach when they lose. It, like, hurts my feelings when they lose. And it feels way too good when they win. And I'm like, this isn't healthy. I really wish I didn't care so much. But I do. But I never do the whole, like, I'm better than you right now. I'm better than you are thing. So it's not. It's like, because if I did that, then everyone would have been better than me for the entire last 14 years. Everyone would have been better than me for the last 14 years.